Hi everybody, as you can see I'm celebrating yesterday's 5-0 win against Fraserburgh at Ibrox in the Scottish Cup, and I thought I'd give my Christmas jumper one last run out before it gets put away, well, probably forever. If, in case you can't read this backwards, it says Merry Christmas, and that's a picture of Drossers on the front. So I thought I'd wear this one last time to celebrate his hat-trick yesterday. I won't say wonderful hat-trick because once I describe it, you'll see it was anything but wonderful. So, good win, played decently enough. Could have been a bit quicker at times, obviously, but the fans were kept entertained, I would say. And good on Fraserburgh, they put up a fight of it in the first half especially. We were, I suppose, surprised. I was pleasantly surprised by the team that he set out at the beginning, because he basically played his strongest defence, apart from the goalkeeper. More of him later as well. So apart from Munn, 18-year-old third-choice goalkeeper, you had Tavernier, Proper, Insiala and Shefty as the defence. So that was as good as we had available. Diamandi and Barron, the two in midfield. The three ahead of them, McCausland, Bayrami and Young Lovelace, and up front Drossers. So it was a strong team. Did the right thing. Make sure you win the game. Don't worry about anything else. And a few of the youngsters came on later on, and hopefully they could have been on earlier if the score had been more than 1-0 at half time. So we did well. We could have played at a quicker pace, quicker passing and movement, but we were up against a team that's not even as good as the dog meat in the second, third division, never mind the top division up here. You could see when you looked at Fraserburgh, okay, they had everybody back, they worked hard, they got stuck in, but you could see they weren't as organised and well drilled as your average Premier team. So it should have been much easier than it turned out to be in the first half. Having said that, overall, I think we hit the post twice, we hit the bar. Goal had a couple of saves, not many though. So it should have been much easier by half time than it turned out to be. When the game started, we saw why we all want Drossers going. First 5 minutes, he missed 2 sitters. In the first 40 seconds, a game like this, where you want a good start, first 40 seconds, Tavernier passed it right through to him inside the box. I think he was about 6 yards out. And instead of sweeping it into the net the way Iggerman would do, he took a touch and it kind of bounced away a bit from him, and the guy came sliding in and blocked his shot, and it went out for a corner. So that summed him up. Just hit it first time in the net. The game's over in the first minute, but no, he couldn't manage that. 5 minutes later, he had an even worse miss when the ball came over to him. Goal's wide open, he's 6 yards out. He kind of jumps up to, cushion it into the net, and it went, 6 yards wide of the goal, where McCausland tried to head it back in, and he was offside, obviously, on the byline. So 2 misses in the first 5-6 minutes. That sums him up. It's funny, ironic, I suppose, as well, that 2 of the worst guys in the team were responsible for 4 of the goals we scored. Drossers gets a hat-trick, McCausland gets number 4, and yet they were 2 of the worst players in the team. So it's a funny old game, as Jimmy Greaves used to say. When the first goal did come, after 2 or 3 chances that went a begging, it was Drossers who scored it. A corner from the right. He moves away a wee bit from one of the markers, who are obviously substandard markers compared to normal defenders, and he stood in the 6-yard line, and he didn't even have to jump, just as well, because he can't jump. He didn't have to jump, just stood where he was, leaned forward and nodded it into the net, past about 3 players. How none of them got a foot on it, I don't know. But anyhow, simple goal. We're 1-0 up, stayed like that until half time. When the second half started, I think it was all over 5-6 minutes in when we got the second goal. And again, this was Drossers. Nice move up the right. I think it was Bayrami. Passed it across the 6-yard line. Tavernier had a go at it and missed it totally. And there's Drossers behind him on the 6-yard line. Yeah, sweep it into the net first time, like Iggerman would do. Oh no, I'll take a touch. oh, and he'll take another touch. And then about a million touches later, he hits it into the net when it should have been a straightforward tap-in the first time. Actually, I tell a lie, I'm getting carried away by the excitement of Drossers' hat-trick. That was the third goal. The second goal came when Bayrami rolled the ball across the 18-yard line for Insiala to run in with his left foot and smack a low one into the net in off a defender. I think it was going in anyhow. He got the credit. It was a good effort. It was hit really hard, accurately. So he deserved his credit for the first goal, his second goal, his first goal. So Drossers' one was the third goal, second he scored. So everything was all over. But then later on, after chances going a begging as usual, Drossers got to the ball near the byline and he fired it across the face of the goal, and at the back post there was McCausland running in just to tap it into the net first time. So at that point it was Drossers 2, McCausland 1, Insiala 1, and the final goal came. I was still in the stadium at the time, and I must admit I did jump up and applaud when Drossers scored his third goal, or fifth, to get his hat-trick, because you've got to give him credit. He keeps going, he never gives up, he always smiles and looks resilient. And this time he got a nice pass through to him, he ran onto it, goalie came out, he went round the goalkeeper a bit too far, it looked to me at the time, and everybody was expecting him just to hit it into the side netting or fall over or whatever, and he actually managed to get it into the net. So well done him, and even I had to get up and applaud and salute him for his hat-trick, although it was hard done by. It wasn't an easy watch putting two of them in the net. So well done to him, hat-trick. He even became the captain for about half an hour once Tavernier went off. So let's hope that means somebody's going to come in and buy him in the next week or so, and that's his farewell performance, because in between the hat-trick goals, he hardly did a thing right, falling over, bad passes, all the rest of it, the usual. That's why we don't want him. We want somebody like Iggerman who can score goals and do all the other things a centre forward should be able to do. So 5-0, everybody was reasonably happy. There was enough excitement to go around, so no problems with that. I would say, looking at the team, obviously McCausland, he had a terrible game, could hardly beat a man, could hardly take on a man. Drossers was Drossers. Tavernier had a shocker, poor crosses, misplaced passes, out of position. We even moved him into central defence, which was ridiculous, before he was substituted, and Ridvan came on and played right back. So anyhow, he was poor. Diamandi didn't have a good game. Bayrami's an absolute disgrace. Even for a team like Fraserburgh, he looks too weak physically and mentally. A few decent passes isn't enough in a game like that to give you credit. So he was pretty poor. Zach Lovelace looked pretty good when he got it, but he didn't get enough service, stuck out in the left wing. That's not his position, so I felt sorry for him. Insiala got man of the match, quite rightly. Big, strong, tall, powerful, quick moving, great left foot. His passing forward, either out to the left wing or through the middle, was better than most of the midfielders. So he deserved his man of the match, even if it had been announced before Drossers' hat-trick. I thought the second best guy in the team was Connor Barron again, back to his usual, making space for himself, taking passes, controlling it, moving the ball on quickly, 20-yard passes, 10-yard passes, but always forward. So he looked good. I'd play him against Man U with Raskin as the two in midfield, at the back of midfield. So I thought Insiala, Barron were the best guys. Shefty did a good shift going up the left wing, especially in the first half. His shooting was out, his crosses have to be better, but he looks good as well. So all in all, a decent game, enjoyable, into the next round. And I can at least say I was there when Drossers scored his hat-trick before he left the club for Real Madrid. So let's hope Thursday he doesn't play, but we at least get a draw, or at worst a narrow defeat, and I'll be quite happy with that Europa outcome.